All right, everybody, it's Mr. Rosen here. I want to show you just a little refresher slash demo of how to graph lines. Now, some of you might know how to do this, but I'm just going to go over it anyways, just to refresh your memory here. So let me give you three examples. First one we've got is y equals 3x minus 7. So if I was going to graph this line, there's two things that I want to know about it. The first thing is right now, this is in y equals mx plus b format. And what that means is this is called the slope y-intercept format. So the m in this case is 3, which is the slope. Now I want you to think of that more like 3 over 1. The 1 isn't really written, but you can always assume that a whole number like that is basically over 1. And the way this works is this is going to be the rise, and this would be the run. So the rise is how much up or down you're going to go when you draw your next points in. And the run is how far left and right you're going to go. So positive 3 means I'm going to go up 3, and a positive 1 for the run means I'm going to go right 1. Now the question is, where do you start? You're going to start at the y-intercept, which is the b value, which is at -7. So this, as a coordinate, is the coordinate 0, -7. So there's your starting point. So this is how you graph this thing. So you're going to go to -7. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down. Draw your dot there. And then now we've got our starting point. We're going to use our rise over run, which is 3 over 1. So you're going to go up 3 and then right 1. Up 3, right 1. It's going to go right there. So it's like I'm going up 3, right 1. Like that. Then I'm going to do the same thing. Up 3, right 1 again. Up 3, right 1. Draw another dot. Now, normally you wouldn't put those little steps in like I just showed you, but I'm just trying to explain the logic of how I'm getting my next points in. And then once you've got a sequence of points, really all you need is 2 of them. But if you have a few more, it's a little bit better. Then you just use a ruler and connect those. Now, I don't have a ruler, so I'm just going to do my best. And that would be the graph of y equals 3x minus 7. Now, you should probably label this as well. It's a good habit to do this. But yeah, so that's the slope y-intercept form. So you start off at -7 because that's the y-intercept. So right here, this is the y-intercept. So that's at -7. And this is the slope. So that's a pretty straightforward one. Now let me give you another example. Let's make one that's a little bit tougher. It's really not that hard still. Oh, we forgot the x in there. Okay, so let's say we got y equals -2/3 x plus 2. So this looks like it's going to be messy because it's a fraction, right? But the nice thing is a fraction actually makes this easy to graph. So our slope, our m, is going to be -2 over 3. So this is rise over run. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to right 3. That's how we predict our next points. Our starting off point, our y-intercept, which is our b, that's at +2. So let's start by drawing a dot at +2. So it's going to be at 0, 2. So that dot would be right there, 0, 2. Now we're going to use our slope. So the way this slope works is we're going to go down 2, so go down 2, and then right 3. Draw a dot right there. Then you go down 2, right 3 again, draw another dot. Down 2, right 3 again, draw another dot. And that's it right there. Now again, I would not put the steps in normally, but I did it just for the video here, so I'm just going to erase that now. Yeah, I lost my dot right there. Okay, so then we're going to say y equals -2 over 3x plus 2. And that is how you graph that thing. Okay, as long as it's in y equals mx plus b format, it should be pretty straightforward to graph. Now, one thing you might notice, if you ever get an equation like this, let's say I rewrote this and I put it like this instead. A good rule of thumb or a good strategy of dealing with these negatives, if they're not in the right position, like maybe they're on the 3, maybe it's in the middle, is just put the negative on the top. Like that. To me, that makes life a lot easier when I'm figuring out my rise over my run. If it's kind of in the middle of the fraction, it's a bit weird, and you might be confused. Oh, do I put the negative on the top or the bottom? Just always stick it on the top, and that's going to help you out. If it's on the bottom, like, let me give you an example. Let's say I had this. Okay. I would just flip it to the top. That's the same thing. You can move negatives around inside of your fractions. If you put it on the top, it's going to make things a little bit more consistent for you, a little bit easier to graph. So there was the second example. So that's y equals negative 2 over 3 x plus 2. And that would be your graph. It's got a negative slope. It's aiming downwards. And yeah, that's how you graph that one. Now let me give you one that's a bit more challenging. So this will be the last one of the video. So let's say I've got this. 3x minus 8y equals 24. So this one right here, it's not in y equals mx plus b format. It has to be the y by itself, and it has to be y equals mx plus b. So what I'm going to do is rearrange this thing. I'm going to take the 3x, and I'm going to move it. I'm going to move it to this side of the equation. And when you do that, what ends up happening is you have to change its sign. So right now it's plus 3x. It's going to become minus 3x on the other side. Essentially what I'm doing is I'm subtracting 3x from both sides. So this is going to becomes minus 8y equals minus 3x plus 24. I decided to put the minus 3x in front of the 24 because remember, what I'm trying to make is this. So the x is going to go first. So I want it in that format. Now your next step is we need to get the first term to be y. We don't want this minus 8 in front of it. So what we're going to do is divide everything by minus 8. So on your first one, it's going to switch this to red. These actually cancel out, leaving just 1. So that was the point of doing that. Oops, let me go back to blue here. So this just left with just y. The next term, we have negative 3 divided by negative 8. That does not divide nicely, but a negative divided by negative is a positive. So what we're going to do is we're going to just call this 3 over 8x. And the last term, we have 24 divided by negative 8. That does divide nicely. That's going to give you minus 3. Okay, so even though we still have a fraction for our slope, it's still going to work out nicely. Our slope, m, is going to be 3 over 8. This is rise. And this is run. And our y-intercept is going to be negative 3. So let's start by drawing in the y-intercept. So go down to negative 3, draw your point in right there. So that's the point 0, negative 3. Now we're going to use our slope. We have to go up 3, that's the rise, and then right 8. That's where the next point's going to go. So we're going to count up 3, 1, 2, 3. So going up basically to the 0 point, and then right 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to go right there. So essentially this step, what I've done is I've gone up 3, right 8. It's rise over run. So this graph, it doesn't really fit nicely because I can only get 2 points. But if you want to get another point, you would go up 3, right 8 to get to the next point. But I can't really fit it on this graph, so I'm just going to erase that. And I'm going to erase these steps too because they're not really needed. Once you've got your 2 points, you're going to connect those. Best you can. Use a ruler when you do that, and that would be your graph. So you can write this in the original format if you want. You can write 3x minus 8y equals 24. You could also write it in your rearranged version, 3 over 8x minus 3. So either way, it's the same. So hopefully you found this a little bit useful. I just wanted to show you a little bit about graphing in y equals mx plus b format. And you should be able to graph any line fairly straightforward as long as you're able to rearrange it into y equals mx plus b.